welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 466. If you're writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh, also known as Christine Inc. Each day I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published author. My three pillars of those things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. "The trouble with the world is not that people know too little, it's that they know so many things that just aren't so." And that quote is attributed to Mark Twain, and the reason I say it that way, it's a pretty smart person thing to say about quotes, especially I find with the older a quote is, it's sometimes more questionable if the person that the internet said it maybe didn't say it. So in that case, I want to say that quote is very commonly attributed to Mark Twain. And once again, good morning, happy Tuesday. And let's talk about ghostwriting, because being as visible as I am on social media, again, Christine Inc. all over social media, many people know that I'm a ghostwriter, and many others know that I do have something to do with books, and that's totally fine with me, since helping people write books in a variety of different ways is my life's mission and passion and purpose. So the only thing you know about me is that I have something to do with books. That's totally cool. But a lot of people know me as a ghostwriter as well. So in my internet travels, I have identified a few misconceptions about ghostwriting, and I'm going to share three of them with you today. Number one, the misconception that ghostwriting is basically slapping your name on a book that somebody else wrote while you go on vacation to your own private island. That's from the author point of view. And that is false. And of course, I can't speak for other ghostwriters, but I can only speak for my 19 years of helping to write a couple dozen books for authors. But ghostwriting for me is absolutely a collaboration every step of the way. Two brains, two voices, two sets of ideas becoming one in a book. The ghostwriter is the one who organizes the author's ideas and applies writing fundamentals to bring them to life. The ghostwriting collaboration with clients is a two-way street, and it's very fun. It's a very specific creative energy, and both parties are really writing the book together. There's just one applying more of the writing fundamentals than the other, but in terms of the creative collaboration, very much a two-way street. Misconception number 2 about ghostwriting, that all celebrity books were written by ghostwriters. Also false. What I found is that people who have big ambitions and ideas but are low on time, including celebrities, are successful enough to appreciate the value of collaboration. Putting their faith in others to make big projects happen together is something that comes naturally to the highly ambitious crowd. And many of those celebrity books you see on shelves, on the other hand, were actually penned 100% by the celebrity. So some were involved in a collaboration, some a variation of that. See, that's the thing about ghostwriting. It's never just this very black and white thing that I think people think it is, where, the ghostwriter writes the book and the other person puts the name on it. There's a lot of shades of differences, the collaboration that I'm talking about. There's some celebrities who simply don't use any collaborators at all. So there's just a lot of shades of difference here. And that's such a broad and largely incorrect assumption that just celebrities use ghostwriters. So just like with any other client, it depends entirely on the author and what sort of relationship works best for them. Misconception number 3, that ghostwriting is simply a matter of recording someone being interviewed about their book and then editing the transcript of the recording into a book. This is far from the truth, and the idea of it actually does a massive injustice to the craft of writing. Yes, I record interviews with clients. Actually, all of my clients, not just ghostwriting and ghostwriting, otherwise coaching, and for a variety of different reasons, a lot of the times to supply those interviews for the clients so they can hear what they said. But that is to capture the content and the style of communication, not to simply glue together the actual words from a spoken word interview and calling it a book. That's not a book that I would be interested in reading. A transcript of the spoken word is not a book. I'm going to say that again. A transcript of the spoken word is not a book. A book requires actual writing. So those are the 3 misconceptions I've kind of heard floating around the internet about ghostwriting. And what questions do you have about ghostwriting? I realize it's kind of a rare profession, so I'd be happy to answer your questions about it. Please drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook and go ahead and post your question, and I will answer it. Inc. Authors on Facebook. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And if you know someone else who would like to write and finish writing an awesome book, please let them know about the show. It's super easy for them to listen. They can go to yourdailywritinghabit.com. Until tomorrow, happy writing.